YouTube channel, and I've just been sitting around here doing a little bit of pad practice, and the thought came to my mind that probably wouldn't be a bad idea to actually do a little live session every now and then. In fact, I thought maybe if I did one a week, probably, Monday morning every week, I could answer some questions, and I could answer, any concerns or anything, or, ask for feedback about my YouTube channel. How can I improve it? What sort of topics can I put up there for you to hopefully enjoy and even, potentially learn from? So that, that all popped into my head while I was sitting here doing doubles. So I thought, why not? Let's just give it a go and see what happens here. And so, as I said, I'll probably do these every Monday morning, or Monday morning Brisbane, Australia time. I don't know what that time is where you live, but let's just hope it's a good time for you to tune in and check it out. And even if you don't, I think YouTube actually, once you do these lives, I think it puts it up there as an actual video after that anyway. So that's a good thing. For you people that don't really know me, I've been playing drums for a very, very long time. I first started playing drums in 1963, joined my first band in 1968. I got the sack from that band in about 2 months, simply because I was too young to play in a lot of the venues that I was 12 years old at the time, so I was too young to play in a lot of venues. But way back when I was young and playing in bands, the music scene was a lot different than it is now. The music scene back then, a lot of the music for young people were actually in local halls, not so much in pubs and clubs and venues like that. There were all the local halls in all the suburbs around Brisbane. Friday or Saturday night, they would have a band on, and so all us young people would go along and pay a very small fee and check out these bands, And I was fortunate enough to get in and play a lot of those halls when I was quite young, still in my young sort of mid-teens. And that was a lot of fun. But anyway, so I've been playing a long time, and through all of these years, it's almost 60 years now, it's been a wonderful journey. I've played lots of styles of music, and I continue to play to this day. I have a band called Peaches and the Alpha Sonics, which is an R&B type 60s, think Aretha Franklin style of music. We play a lot of stuff like that. 4-piece band, female singer, upright bass, drums, guitar. I love playing in that band. R&B, soul music, blues music, that's really my strong laneway, even though I do play all styles of music. I had a drum teacher way back in the 70s, 80s, in Brisbane here, Australia, and some of your older people in Brisbane, older drummers, you may know of my old teacher. His name was Harry Lebler. His son was quite famous, Don Lebler as well, but Harry was my teacher. And I still remember a lot of the things he used to tell me when I used to go to lessons, and he'd often, be a little bit of a philosopher as well, and come up with these words of wisdom, not really associated with drumming, but he would express lots of things to me. I remember one thing he said to me once. He said, you can really like a certain style of music, and by all means put a lot of time in and learn how to play that style of music really well. But he said, make sure you learn to play all styles of music, because if you learn to play all styles reasonably okay, or well enough to cut it in a band, you're always going to have food in your belly. And they were really wise words, because I found through the years, as you would be aware, certain styles of music come and go. It seems to, in a circular pattern, all of a sudden blues music's really popular. And then, 5-10 years later, no one wants to hear blues, and it comes back again. And in those times when I wasn't, the styles of music I was playing wasn't really popular, I would get gigs with other bands. I'd play in rock bands, I'd play in funk bands, I'd play in reggae bands, I'd play in old time dance bands. I played in many styles of music. And he was right, my teacher. Good old Harry really was accurate in what he was saying. I was rarely out of work through those periods. A lot of the time through my drumming career, I've been playing as professional. That was my sole income. And, I would get calls a lot from people simply because I could cut it in whatever style they were playing. So I got a lot of, especially like fill in work, stand in drumming gigs simply because I could cut it. And so, if there's one word of advice I could give anybody at all, and that is, you know, pass on that information my drum teacher taught me way back then, and that is learn to play all styles of music really well. Oh, well, learn to play all styles of music good enough to be able to perform with a band in that style or genre. And by all means, like I said, we all got our pet loves. And I just noticed this is my first little live recording here. I've got some people tuning in already. That's good. There's Gabriel. Thanks for tuning in. And who is this person here? The All Hexion, whoever you are. Thanks for joining me too. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, like we all have our favorite styles of music. That's for sure. And it's as I said, I love playing R&B. I love shuffle music. Playing. Nothing like a beautiful big double shuffle. All those sort of Chicago 50s era sort of blues, and I love that more authentic sort of blues like that. That said, I don't mind playing a little bit of rock blues occasionally as well, but your Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff and all your skip shuffles, da, 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 da. I've got videos on all them actually currently going on my channel. I have a little series of blues drum patterns going on. So if you haven't seen them, go and check them out. I think I've set it up as its own playlist, blues drumming lessons or something like that. Go and check it out. But anyway, yeah, so, I think I won't let this little video or live stream go too long at the moment because this is my first one. And like I said, I just thought of the idea of doing this while I was doing some pad practice here. So I think every Monday morning, my time, I will come on and do a little live presentation. And like I said, if you got some topics you want me to talk about, please just send me a message on here and I will, construct something a little bit more formal for these live talks. But that said, I also like to, run off onto weird and wonderful tangents when I do talking. And so I like to improvise it, just like with my drumming. So anyway, I think this could be a lot of fun. Let's do it for a few weeks, see if people enjoy it. And if they do, I'll continue them. And if not, well, we'll just stop doing them and I'll fade off into history as some old man waffling on about really nothing at all. Anyway, also, well, probably some topics I could probably talk about is, drum kits, tunings and things like that. What's your favorite drum kit brands? And I currently play Gretsch drums. I love Gretsch. All my drum kits are Gretsch drums. I love the sound of their I love the sound of their toms and their bass drums. I really love. They got this really warm, woody tone, and it's really appealing to me. I also really love vintage Slingerland drum kits. They are really fantastic. They're big, loud, and brash. I love them. For many years, I played Tama. Back in the 80s, I owned a Tama Superstar kit, which at that time, that was the top line model for Tama drums. And that kit was a natural maple finish, but it was birch shells. Amazing sounding drum kit, one of the best drum kits I ever owned, I think. And I played that for about 15 years live, did a lot of tours with it, and it never let me down. Even back then, the Tama hardware that was around was strong as, and you could take it on the road and feel confident it wasn't going to fall apart on you when you're out there. Yeah, so I love Gretsch. So maybe let me know what you guys think. What drum kits you like playing and why. Far as snare drums go, I don't really play Gretsch snare drums. Sorry, Gretsch people. I Some of my favorite brand snare drums are made by a Japanese company called Canopus, and they make amazing drum kits as well. But I really love their snare drums. I own a few of their snare drums. I also own a couple of A&F snares. I love them as well, just because they're so simple, basic, and they're just fundamentally structured well, and they sound great. I also have a couple of snares from a boutique drum company in Chicago Drum and Restoration. Their drums are like a new version of a Slingerland drum. I think the gentleman that owns Chicago Drum and Restoration used to work for Slingerland, so he builds his drums just like he used to back at the Slingerland factory. So if you like the sound of Slingerland's, check that guy out, because his drums are killer. I've got two of his drums. I've got a mahogany 6-inch snare, and I got a little maple piccolo 4-inch snare of theirs. Both killer sounding drums. There are some reviews of those drums up on my site if you're interested in different snare drums that I own or what I think of certain snare drums. I have, I think, a snare review playlist there. Go and check that out as well. Anyway, I think I'm waffling on a bit too much for now. Like I said, this was just a spare of the moment thought, and I'll try and think of something more important to say. Next Monday morning, Brisbane, Australia time, that's when I'll come back and do another live for you. So until then, enjoy your drumming, stay happy, be kind to people. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out some of the videos I have there. Hit the notification bell too, that might be handy. And I'll look forward to seeing you in my next live video. See you later, people. Bye.